Hello and welcome to Ask the Expert, which is a daily series from 8:30 to 9 to help small businesses. You can ask any questions in the comments or hashtag QBATE on Twitter.
If you need any more advice, join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook. Accountants and business experts on hand 24/7.
So during the live session, we're going to be running a poll. I'm going to be asking you, what is your favourite platform to buy from or sell on? So please do engage with it, and we will share the results with you at the end.
Yeah, I think the options are eBay, which is what we mainly sell on, and Amazon as well, and also Etsy and Facebook,
I believe.
I think are the options. So we're interested to know which one you prefer to buy or sell from.
Yeah.
So was that, please do engage with it, and we'll share the results at the end.
That.
Oh, you said that. Fantastic.
This is going well so far.
I've had very little sleep. I do apologise. Okay. So we were only on a few weeks ago, so apologies if you saw that. We're going to do a quick kind of run through of our career to where we are today, what we do.
Yeah. So basically, we have a background in retail for well over 20 years, and we started our own online retail business in 2002. Since then, we've had a couple of high street shops, but we're back online exclusively now, working from home.
Yeah, we work from home now. This is part of our house. This is my messy office. And we sell most of our stuff on eBay these days. We also do Amazon, although that side of our business is shrinking a bit. We're thinking maybe of coming out of Amazon, but we're experimenting with the likes of Etsy, Depop, all of the other apps that are slowly emerging, and Facebook as well, which is becoming quite a player in the reselling world. And then we started a YouTube channel. I think there are links available somewhere for that, or you can search Nick and Andrea Hills and you'll find us quite quick, where we share exactly what we do and how we do it, where we source from, about the listing process, and lots of hints and tips on reselling.
We always say it's not a channel to teach you how to resell. It's just literally us sharing what we do,
sharing our business,
just to inspire people, really, not to teach people, because reselling is not one size fits all. It's it's versatile, so you can make it fit your own life. We've made it fit ours, and it can work for everybody in different ways.
Before we start taking your questions, we thought we'd just share we often get asked what's the best way to start in reselling, and do you want to start on that?
Yeah, so we had three tips just for beginners, really. We always get asked, as you said, how to start, and we always say start with the things in your house. So look around, see what you don't want anymore, have a clear out of your wardrobe, clear out of your cupboards, and start selling things on eBay that you have the excess in your house.
Don't spend any money, because you may discover that you really can't stand reselling or selling on eBay, Amazon, whatever. And if you haven't invested any money, that's fine. And we've all got tons of stuff we don't want. So have a massive clear out. It's the perfect way to start. And the main thing is to learn the ropes and make all those classic mistakes that we all make. Yeah. And the biggest mistake, and the one thing I try and say to people that are starting to sell online, is to understand the postage and how much the postage is going to cost. Don't underestimate that. It's all the information is out there about Royal Mail, the various couriers. So learn that before listing, and don't mess up the postage.
Yeah, and eBay themselves have a thing called Packlink, so you can buy all of your postage, domestic postage, through eBay. They also have a system called the Global Shipping Program, which you can use to ship abroad. So you can do pretty much all of your postage through eBay, and they make it very easy for you.
Yeah. And then the other big bit of advice I always suggest, if you're going to get into reselling, so that's buying stuff in order to resell and make profit, is to start in a niche you already have a passion for. For me, that was video games. So I already had a head start because I had all the basic knowledge. I knew what I was looking for. And then for both of us, it was music. We've got a background in music. We both worked for Virgin Records and for Our Price. So we knew the niche and we had a head start with knowing what to look for and how to describe stuff. So those would be the tips.
Yes.
Have we gone too fast? Don't know if we've got questions in yet.
We've got some questions. I'm not sure if we're too early to take them, but yeah. So basically, just to summarize, just try selling things in your house, learn the ropes as you go, make all the mistakes, and then when you start to resell for yourself, choose something that you really love, because you'll never be bored of it. Shall we start with the questions?
Go for it.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Okay. Okay. Spencer from Instagram says, hello both, glad to see you back again. Oh, fantastic.
Hello, Spencer.
When sending packages to customers, do you recommend to insure them in case anything happens to them in transit, like damages, etc.? That is a really good question. We don't tend to take out insurance. There are exceptions, perhaps if it's a particularly valuable item, but if you sell an awful lot over the internet and you insure everything, or you take out the extra cover, it's going to cost you a fortune. And generally, touch wood, not many items are damaged or lost in transit. It does happen, but let's say it's 1 in every 500. If you've insured those 500, imagine how much money you will spend. You're better off to lose one item and write it off than take out all of the insurance. But that's only our opinion. If it makes you feel more comfortable and more safe to take out the extra cover, do so, but you lose out long term, is my opinion.
Yeah. So we tend to just do the higher value things, don't we?
Yeah, we tend to not use the extra cover because long term you lose out big style. So that's my opinion, or our opinion anyway.
Yeah, so I hope that helps. Cheryl from Twitter DM, if I have a customer that is wanting to return or request a refund on goods that I've sent them, what is the best way to set that up?
Well, if you're operating as a business, and if you are buying items in order to resell them, technically you are operating as a business by default. You have to offer returns anyway because of the UK's distance selling regulations. And eBay know this, and there is a returns procedure already set up if you're talking about eBay. The platforms do differ slightly, don't they? But yeah,
with Amazon it's pretty much automated, isn't it? We don't really have a lot of say in it with Amazon FBA.
Certainly with FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, we have stock at their warehouse and they fulfill it for us. They take charge of the whole returns procedure. You don't have any choice in the matter anyway. And with eBay, there's a returns procedure that's set up through the site as well that you have to adhere to if you're a business. So most of it's out of your hands.
So if a customer wants to return something, just ask them to open up a return request through eBay, and then it's all automated. They'll get a label, and that will be scanned when it arrives with you. So yeah, eBay just facilitate that, don't they, as they're going along, makes it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, the main things with returns is if it's a change of mind by the customer, you shouldn't have to pay the return. If it's an error in the listing or the item is faulty, the return cost is down to you as well. So that's the kind of distinction with it. Customers do sometimes try to get around that and make you pay for the return when it's not really your fault. So be aware of where you stand on that, and eBay should help you out with that. Shall I take another one?
Yeah. So it's this one at the top now.
This Yeti from Twitter. Good morning, both. Good morning. Was it a big step to go from high street shops to selling online? Well, interesting. We started, if you're talking about our business, we started online from home, and then it rapidly outgrew the little rented house we were in at the time. Although we'd done high street retail before that, but we were employees. And then it was quite natural for us to go back to retail because that's what we knew. Yeah.
So actually it was more of a big step to go into the high street, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what the question was. Was it a big step? Oh no, to go from high street to
okay, online, yeah. So actually interestingly for us, it was the other way around. It was a bigger step for us to go into the high street. It was,
It's a
I was
much,
going to say risky, but yeah,
it's
it was
a
big
lot more money to get set up on the high street. One of the beauties actually of what we do, and why a lot of people try reselling, is that there's virtually no barrier to entry, that you don't have to spend any money to get going on eBay. Pretty much all you need equipment wise is a phone these days.
Yeah, it's got a camera, the apps that you can use to list on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's a hugely popular way to start a business, right? Whereas with high street retail, the overheads to start are huge. Yeah, all the setup costs are massive.
Yeah. So yeah, coming back to selling online was actually a bit of a relief for us, wasn't it?
Huge relief. Yeah. No issues with landlords, staff.
No business rates.
Oh, business rates. Yeah.
Okay, so Leslie from Facebook Messenger says, what's your view of the future of online reselling? How do you see it developing in the future? That's an interesting question.
Well, we've got friends in America, and a lot of the business is going to the apps. Brand new apps are really taking off, certainly with the young generation. We have a young daughter who will be 19 this year, and her generation are taking up the apps like
she's selling on Depop and
Etsy. And Etsy's quite trendy as well with the younger generation. So we see eBay trying to catch up and be all trendy and that, but it's kind of the granddaddy of them all. So I think it's going to splinter into multiple apps. Facebook, I predict, will be a big player. They already are.
Yeah, and we're seeing Instagram coming up as well. I mean, they're obviously owned by Facebook, but we're seeing that as becoming quite a big platform for reselling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think reselling in general, everyone's going to be dabbling in it a bit more, reselling their used stuff. It's quite trendy now, but I think that's going to stay, as in people trying to recoup some money back from items, because it's so easy. When we started on eBay, you had to have a lot of equipment that not everybody had. When we started, we're so old, not everybody had internet.
We had dial-up.
And you needed a decent computer. Not everybody had that. You needed a digital camera. Not many people, when we started, had that. Whereas, as we said before, these days, all of those things are here and it's all in everyone's pocket. So I think
it's so much more accessible now.
I think it's something that will be second nature to the entire generation coming up now.
And I'm excited to see that, because I want to see things circulating. I don't want to see people throwing things away. And so it's an exciting thing. Okay.
Is it me?
Erica.
Erica from Twitter, good morning. Morning, Nick and Andrea. Do you test items before reselling? If so, what's the typical process for when you do that? Yes. Now, our business is kind of split. Andrea,
I do more sort of vintage homeware and some clothing
and stuff. I tend to, well, you can see it all around me. I do a lot of electronics. That all has to be tested, unless you're going to sell it untested, in which case you will have to put somewhere very bold, untested, sold as seen. So I test all of my electronics. I don't test, I do a lot of media. I don't test every CD and DVD. You just physically can't do it. So we do a visual test of the disc. I also have a disc repair machine. So if a disc is scratched, I will repair it. But yeah, the short answer is you will need to test things generally. With toys and games, check it's all there. That can be quite time consuming. With board games, that is one of the things I love to resell.
Okay, so Harrison from Facebook Messenger says, do you think Facebook Marketplace is a real contender for the likes of eBay and Amazon? And what's your experience been like selling on Facebook?
Do you think Facebook is a real contender? Yes. Simply because of their power and the position they have in the market. We're already, most of us, on there already. I don't think they've really tried yet. They're now trying to make it more controlled. Facebook Marketplace is kind of like the Wild West of reselling. There's no real covers.
But we're seeing they've launched Facebook shops in America.
Yeah.
It's coming here soon, and I think as soon as that really sets in, that's when it's going to be more of a contender.
Yeah.
And as I said before, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so the two of them together will be quite a machine. So yes,
they've got quite a way to go. With eBay, obviously, they're very hot on selling counterfeit stuff, as are Amazon, of course, super hot on that. At the moment, as I said, I see Facebook as kind of the Wild West. You can pop anything on there on a local selling group or whatever, and it's so that there's a lot of work they need to set in place to protect buyers and sellers. But yeah, I think they're going to be huge if they want to, and we've seen their intention that they want to.
I think they do. Yeah.
So yeah. Is it me again?
Yeah, Linda.
Hi, Linda from YouTube live feed. Is Packlink any good? I've tried to set it up without any luck. Yes, I've only recently started using it. We have an online Royal Mail account where most of our stuff goes. Apart from that, we use couriers. But they really pushed Packlink recently and had some huge discounts. So I got involved. It worked. And I didn't have any trouble setting it up. You might want to contact eBay and see what the issue is. We didn't have any issue with it.
No.
So with Packlink, if you don't know, that's buying your postage through eBay, and you can buy Royal Mail, you can buy Hermes couriers, you can buy UPS. Those are certainly the three that I've used. We have a 6x4 label printer, and it's super quick to just buy the postage and you pay through your PayPal and print off 6x4 label. And it's all billed through eBay.
Yeah.
So I really like it. I'm totally up for that. I still get it cheaper through our account.
Mail account, yeah.
So we still use that for most of our stuff.
Yeah. So, hi, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
Any tips for keeping up to date with all the new platforms and major changes to existing platforms?
YouTube's actually quite good for that. There's a big community of resellers on YouTube. Generally, they're more up to date than we are. So I get a lot of my information from friends within the community. What would you say?
Yeah, community forums, groups, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we could keep up with all the changes eBay are making. There just seems to be more and more every day, and it's difficult to keep up with. But
yeah,
yeah, don't know about other platforms really. It's literally just word of mouth, I think, and just exploring it, using them, and talking to people online.
Yeah, Amazon are very good with their emails. They try and keep you up to date with things we should know about. But I do get a lot of my information about what's upcoming from the community within YouTube.
But yeah, like you say, Amazon sort of keep you up to date with different messages and stuff. I'm on Depop, and they certainly email frequently with different updates and things they're doing. So yeah, if you sign up to the different platforms, they will keep you up to date themselves. Okay.
It's so hot here. If I start coughing, it's because
do you want me to take the next one?
It's so hot. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Christine from Instagram DM. Hello, Christine. How do I know if it's a trusted source that I'm buying from online when I'm looking at eBay, for example?
Well, eBay have the feedback.
Yes,
rating.
They have feedback. Also, you can tell if it's a business seller. They will have all their business details on the listing. You should be able to see an address and contact details at the bottom of the listing, and that way you can tell if it's a business seller. Generally they're more trusted, and you know that you can return something if you need to.
Yeah, that's not.
So you probably have more protection that way.
I was going to say that's not to put down individual private sellers in any way, but when you're a business seller, you have to have returns. You know, there's certain hoops you have to jump through, whereas with private sellers, it's not the same. They don't even have to have returns switched on. But I was going to say, as long as you're paying through one of the trusted paying sites such as PayPal, you are covered as a buyer to a certain extent. So you can trust it that way. There are certain things set up, certainly through PayPal, if your money has been paid that way.
Yeah, and certainly if you're buying on Amazon, there are lots of protections for buyers in financially.
Oh my word, Amazon are so customer centric.
Yeah, they really are. And with eBay, they're now doing managed payments. They're bringing that through.
Yes.
So eBay are dealing with all the payments themselves. So you should be covered by eBay with every purchase.
Yeah, that's a big thing that's going on right now. If you're not aware, PayPal was always the payment choice of eBay. They're kind of parting company, and they're managing their payments themselves. So we're all going through that process at the moment. We've signed up, but we haven't switched over to it quite yet. Others have. So they're rolling that out as we speak. We haven't had any experience of it yet because we're not quite on the scheme. But yeah, that's a big change in eBay at the minute. Okay, next question. Jack, hi Jack, from the YouTube live feed asks, what are the long-term plans for your business? Mm-hmm. That's a very good question. We don't tend to, these days at least, we don't tend to think a long time ahead. We used to have long-term plans, particularly when we were in retail. But these days,
we're still in retail, just online.
Well, yeah, high street retail. Yeah. We are actually trying to do less. We are trying to focus more on doing less and enjoying our life and time more. I like your smile there. Yeah, I'm not very good at not doing much work.
He's a workaholic.
I'm a workaholic. But quickly going back to retail, we had a plan with our retail, which was to buy our house and pay off the mortgage and be mortgage free. When we achieved that, we closed the shop and came out. So what we do now, we don't have big plans of earning loads and loads of money, and we're not trying to expand. We've kind of been there and achieved our financial plans that way. Yeah. So if anything, we're trying to do less. That's what I'm trying to say.
Our bigger plans are more personal, aren't they? Thinking about moving the house and
yeah, we're thinking of relocating and getting a place that's more suited to working from home.
Yes.
That's our plan.
So in terms of business, I guess we're thinking outbuildings, but we're not thinking of expanding the business in any way. No. Pretty much doing what we're doing now, but in a different way and perhaps a more efficient way.
Yeah. I'll go along with that.
Okay. Hasna from Facebook Messenger says, hi Nick and Andrea, how do you know what to price things at to ensure that everyone is getting a good deal?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
So how would you go about pricing up?
I search completed and sold listings on eBay. So I would look up something similar or the same as the thing that I'm going to list, and then I would search it by completed or sold listings. I generally sort it by highest amount first, or how much it's sold for at the top end, and then have a look through and see what the sort of average price of that would be, and work out how much I'm going to list it for, looking at that.
Yeah, to add to that, I think a lot of what Andrea sells would be kind of one-offs, unique ceramics or collectibles and stuff. And I think in that market, you can aim as high as you like. Yeah. And the part of your question, how do you ensure that everyone is getting a good deal? You're kind of trying to get the most you can for your item, if I'm being perfectly honest. However, with a lot of what I sell, which is barcoded media, CDs, DVDs, board games, more modern stuff, is a lot of what I sell, not all of it. You are competing directly with tens, if not hundreds of people on eBay. So then it sometimes becomes about being competitive price-wise. So I'm thinking more about that than you are, I think.
Yeah.
So it depends a lot about what you're selling, I think, what price you want to go in at.
And something that's really important to do as well, I think, is to add best offer. Because
live ka-ching, sorry.
So you can put your top price on there and then add best offer so that people can make you an offer, and you've got a little bit of room to move in there, if you like. Yeah, so I basically do that. I put the top end, how much I would like to get for it at the top end. I put best offer on, and then, you know, accept that I will probably get less
Yeah.
for it than I put on, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The best offer thing, I think, I keep raving about this on our videos, is the best thing eBay's implemented. It allows that kind of interaction with your customer. They can make you an offer, you can turn it down, you can come back with a counter offer. It gets that conversation of price going, and we send out offers daily, and we get sales from it virtually every day just from sending out offers. And if you set your price here, where you'll actually be happy down here somewhere, you've got that wiggle room to discuss the price. But I would try that if you haven't. It really works for us.
Yeah. Okay, so I think our last question is from Charlie from Instagram. Do you want to read that?
Yeah, can do. Hi, Charlie. He says, well, it might be she, I don't know. Morning both. How do you communicate with your customer after an order has been shipped so that they're informed and satisfied with timescales of delivery? Well, eBay automates some of that. So the customer, I believe, gets an email if they've got that option switched on when it's been shipped. If you add your tracking to the listing, that you should do really, if you can these days, they can see all of that information through eBay and track the item. Yeah, but I think most of that is automated by eBay these days.
Yeah, I think most of the platforms are automated.
Yeah.
I think definitely with eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Depop, certainly it's automated.
Yeah.
So the customer will get an email when something is dispatched.
You can also automate feedback to a certain extent. If you're doing this as a business, as we do, and it's loads and loads and loads of transactions, that's a great thing to simplify things and to automate feedback. So when the customer is happy and they leave you feedback, you automatically then leave feedback for them. That's something we set up a while back, and it's been great. But we discuss all of that stuff on our YouTube channel. If you're interested and you want to learn more about that, please look us up. Nick and Andrea Hills. You can ask us questions on there and we'll try and get back to you. It's a lot of questions.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, the poll, we're going to do poll results now.
So the poll results are in.
So we asked at the beginning, what is your favorite platform to buy from or to sell on? And the results are, so it was eBay, Facebook, Amazon, and Etsy were your 4 options. Favorite platform, do you want to read out the results?
Yeah, so with 60% of you said that you prefer to use Amazon.
So this is for buying and selling though.
Yeah.
So I'm not really surprised at that for buying. We buy on Amazon,
yeah,
probably more than eBay.
Probably, yeah. And 40% of you said eBay. We've got nobody voted for Facebook or Etsy.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
I think that would be very different if it was just buying. That would be a very different set of numbers if it was just, not buying, selling. Yeah, that is, I think that's, yeah, okay. That's interesting though.
Yeah, that is interesting actually.
I'm surprised
by that.
I do enjoy using Amazon to buy.
Yeah.
They've made it so efficient and easy.
They have, as long as you're a Prime customer though. I tend to go, I tend to look on Amazon and then go, oh, I'll see if I can get it on eBay because I might get free postage.
Okay.
Scroll to the end of the chat if we can make it work.
It's not working.
Okay, so thanks ever so much for joining us today. If you have any questions, then you can get in touch with the QuickBooks support team on Facebook, or you can reach out to us on our YouTube channel, which is Nick and Andrea Hills.
Yep, Nick with no K, N-I-C Hills.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So yeah, tomorrow coming up is Johan, is it Johan, I believe? Johan Gori, I may have murdered that name. Apologies. Who's a chartered manager and the managing director of JGBC. The firm specialise in supporting, I'm doing well, supporting small businesses as they start their business and undertake their journey, utilising cloud software to give them live data to steer their businesses with. Okay, that sounds good.
It does actually. We'll have to tune in for that. A reminder that if you need any more advice, join the official Intuit QuickBooks SMB community group on Facebook. Accountants and business experts are on hand 24/7.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been